A warm welcome back to the Regency Hotel here in Dublin for the final day of the IPO Festival, and we're here to stream for you the final table of the Irish Amateur Poker Championship for Season 10. Our final tablists are sitting down, pretty much just about ready to go, and we're just about to shuffle up and deal. We're currently in level 22. With blinds at 15,000, 30,000 with a running ante of 3,000. I'll run you through our final 9 players in a moment. We've also got the IPO main event going on to the side of us. Try and keep you abreast of what's going on there as well. So here we go, I'll talk you through the runners and riders. In seat 1, we have our current trip leader, who's Eli Payan with 1,080,000. Seat 2 is Michael Sheriff. He's got 464,000. Seat 3 is Edward Kelly, our short stack, with 271,000. Seat 4, Emmett Davis, 800,000. In seat 5 is Thibault Fournier with 839,000. Seat 6, Jason Kemp, to 875,000. In seat 7 is Erwin Boots, 425,000. Seat 8 is Danny Opthorf with 755,000. And finally, in seat 9, Kevin Duffy with 567,000. So, first hand of this final table, Jason Kemp in the small blind, and you might have just caught on the camera there. Danny just nearly lost his entire pint of Guinness first hand in, but he managed to save 80% of it. It's a good sign. Running good. So Eli's raced it up to 75,000. Erwin in the big blind says, I'm all in. So that's what he does. Erwin started with 425,000. They're going to do a count. Do you know what it's going to be? It's going to be 425,000. 420, yeah. So it's 4-2-2. Less is ante. The raise was a 65,000. Eli started the day with a million. Second hand in then. Erwin in the small blind, Danny in the big blind, and it's done the same thing again. It's folded all the way round to Jason on the button, who's pouting is the best way I can describe it, but he eventually folds. Erwin folds, and Danny's going to get a walk. He's going to have a look as well. I bet it was monster hand, monster. So Danny and Erwin both from the Netherlands. The bottom of your screen. In seat 9 is Kevin. Kevin's a local boy, Dublin boy. Tybalt is from Belgium. He actually had a Tybalt. I just spoke to him during the break. He actually had a flight due back at 5 o'clock today, which he's cancelled because he's made this final table, and he said I'll sort it out for tomorrow. It won't be a problem. Emmett went very deep in the IPO about 4 years ago. Finished third, I think it was. It might have been the year Tom Brady won it. So we got a raise coming in here from Michael in seat 2. He's raised it up to the standard 65,000. Fold, round to Jason Kemp, and he folds as well. As does Erwin. Now, for those of you watching the stream earlier on, Danny and Michael were sat next to each other earlier on, and there was a lot of banter, a lot of chat, all in fun spirits, but they played quite a few hands together next to each other, and again, Danny's made the call and the chat has started already. This time they're either end of the table. So let's see what happens. The 2 players to a flop. And it's 10 queen tray, 2 clubs. And it's a check call from Danny. So 65,000 again. They're still chatting. 5 of spades on the turn. Goes check again. 7 of diamonds on the river. Danny says 110. And before he even counts them out, Michael's made the fold. And Danny picks up some chips. Michael's just kind of looked back to his rail and just gone down to a shoving stack. He's got about 340,000 now, so. So next hand, it's Kevin in the small blind and Eli in the big blind. And Michael to act first. He's folding, as does Edward. Not even mentioned Edward so far. He's folded. Emmett very quiet as well. Tybalt folds. Jason does his usual pout before folding. Erwin folds. We're right round to the blinds again. It's a very, very tight first few hands here. Blind on blind. Kevin started with about 560,000 in chips. Eli had just over 1 million. He's lost one pot, but Kevin's just flatted. And Eli says free to check, so we're going to see a flop. 2 players to the flop, Kevin and Eli. And it's King 3 King. Tasty. Kevin to act first. And he checks, and Eli's going to bet out, and he bets 30,000. And Kevin mucks.
He's listening to some music. Big lines. Your name is Tibo, right? Yeah, definitely. You can't hear it.
So I've done my usual thing of just checking with my pronunciations are right, and Eli is Ellie in French. He said, so I'm gonna go Ellie going forward. Every day's a school day. Yeah, every day's a school day. So next hand. I get worried about these types of things. Maybe I shouldn't, but I do. So a raise coming in from Danny here. It's Ellie in the small blind and Michael in the big blind this time. And the raise is to 68,000. He gets it through and shows the ace of clubs. They're just kind of shuffling some chips between each other at the moment, sounding each other out. A lot of these guys have played quite a bit with each other today, although we have had kind of table redraws and everything. The reality of it is, when you're down to the sharp end of a tournament, you're going to pretty much be, you're going to know the faces. But again, it was Danny into Michael's big blind. Seriously, guys, if you've not been watching earlier on, just watch this space, because there will be fireworks at some point between these two. And not in a nasty, not in a niggly way whatsoever. They get on really, really, really well. But, there's been rounds of drinks being ordered at the bar and everything, so it's not a problem whatsoever. But there'll be some fireworks at somewhere. So shouts and screams from the IPO main event. So another one bites the dust in the IPO. It's Emmett raising under the gun here, and has got it through so far to the blinds, and does get it through. So whilst we're shuffling up the next hand, on we go. Edward in the small blind, Emmett in the big blind this time. Tibble folds under the gun. And it's Danny raising up again. 67,000 is the raise. If you've not had a chance, get onto the APAT forum, apat.com/forum. Go and find the live updates where Lucy's been blogging for the past 2 days. And Jack 9 is shown from Danny there. Yeah, so get onto apat.com/forum. Go and find the live updates. You'll see all the hand by hand, all the action, all the exits, photos as well from the whole event. That's up there forever. So once you finish watching the stream, you can always go and have a look later on. And this stream is available on YouTube as well afterwards, so you can always watch it back. For those on the final table, they can watch it back, listen to my rubbish being talked. So it's Emmett in the small blind and Tibbleton the big blind this time, which is Jason Kemp to ask first. He folds, as does Irwin. I don't think Danny knows how to fold, if I'm honest. He's reaching for chips again and is raising up again. And it's another 67,000 is the raise. Gets it past Kevin. And Ellie decides to make the call this time. Our chip leader, he makes the call. Michael folds. Edward folds. Just the blinds remaining. And looks like Emmett's counting out 67, or extra to make the 67, which he does. I mean, Tibble, he was kind of priced into this, really. It's another 37,000 for him to make the call. 4 players, but he chooses not to. They must have been really, really bad to not want to see that. So we're going to be three-handed to a flop. And it's 3-9-5, 2 clubs. Danny to act first, and he bets out. Looks about 115,000. Yeah, 150,000 is 15,000 is the bet. Ellie pretty quickly calls. So Ellie's pretty much called pretty quickly. Over to Emmett to make a decision. And Emmett's going to fold. So we're going to be 2 players to the turn. Danny and Ellie. And it's the 3 of diamonds on the turn. Danny to act first. He was the obviously the pre-flop aggressor and bet out on the flop. What's he going to do this time? And he bets out again. $180,000 this time. Danny at the bottom of your screen, bottom left, and Ellie is just above the dealer in seat 1. 180,000 is the bet. Decision back on Ellie. So the flop came down 3-9-5. Turn is a 3. 2 clubs out there. Decision on Ellie. is counting out the chips and makes the call. We're going to see a river. Absolutely huge pot now. It's the deuce of hearts on the river. And Danny's reaching for chips again. $250,000 is the bet. And and Ellie's gone all in. Ellie's gone all in from seat 1. I mean, I'm pretty, well, I don't know. I'm saying he's got him covered because Danny's been quite aggressive early on and might have. It's not actually being masses in it, actually. It's going to be pretty close, actually. But there's already now in the pot. So there was 120. So there was 120 in the. Sorry. There was 720 in the pot on the turn. There's another 250 from Danny there now, and Ellie's all in for 673 in total. So it's another 425,000 to Danny to make the call, but that's pretty much his stack, if he's even quite got that much. It's there or thereabouts. This is a huge pot now. A huge decision for Danny. Bottom of your screen, bottom left-hand side of your screen from the Netherlands. He says a call. Ellie's got pocket 7s. And Danny's got pocket 6s. And the sevens are going to be good. Dealer's going to count this out. It's going to leave Danny with a few chips left, I think. Pocket 7s versus pocket 6s. Played down all the streets. Amazing hand. Fantastic hand to watch. But Ellie's going to win that.
Only just 5K. 25K. Why not 25K?
J'ai pas compris, il a parlé des jetons de 5000, mais j'ai pas compris.
We'll basically do a mini chip race.
Ok.
We're going to introduce 5K chips.
Ah, ok, ok.
Why not 25? 5K is still a small denominator. 100% aware. That was my question. He's okay to buy it. There's a reason. He's okay to buy it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I love that. The long story behind it.
We reckon that puts Ellie up on just over 2 million in chips now. And Danny is on fumes, just over 100,000. So moving on after that monster hand. And Erwin's raised up under the gun. Oh, just called. I tell a lie. Just called. Got all excited then after all the pre-raising. No, it's a call from Erwin under the gun. So we're going to be 3 players to a flop. And the flop is deuce 5-7, 2 diamonds. So it's Tybalt, Jason and Erwin here. It's gone check to Erwin. He bets out 55,000. And they both fold, and Erwin's going to take that down. So Edward is all in and has been called by Emmett, and it's round to Erwin in the big blind. And he folds, so it's Edward versus Emmett. Emmett shows pocket 5s. Edward's got pocket 4s. It's the 4s that are at risk here. Or we're going to lose our first player from the tournament. Edward's 4s need to hit. Queen 7 king is the flop. 5 on the turn. That's going to do for him, and we're going to lose Edward Kelly in 9th place. Superb round of applause for him. So it's Danny in the big blind here, but at the top of your screen, Michael's all in. I've just got this funny feeling, Danny. I've got a feeling Danny's just calling this. It's just going in. I think it is. As I said to you, they're in. So what we've got? So it's Queen Jack of spades for Michael, and it's Ace 7 offsuit for Danny. It's the Ace 7 at risk. And it's come out King Deuce and a 3rd king and a 6 on the river, and it's going to be a double up for Danny. Michael says I might have some left, he thinks. I think he probably will, but it's not going to be much. And Michael's left on pretty much 120,000. So Emmett raises it up to 83,000. Blinds are at 20,000, 40,000 now with a running ante of 5,000. He's just got Kevin in the big blind to get through. Kevin to the left of your screen. A local lad from Dublin. Had another little look at his cards. And he says call. So we're going to see two players to the flop. Kevin and Emmett. And the flop is King, Queen, 3. And Jack on the turn. And Kevin checks again, as does Emmett. And it's a queen on the river. And he goes check, check, and Emmett shows Jack 10, and that's good enough for him to take down that pot. So Michael under the gun, he folds, Emmett folds. Tybalt folds as well, so around to Jason Kemp. He pouts, he looks, he folds. as does Erwin. Danny on the button. His fold button must be broken because he's gone all in. It's got past Kevin though. Ellie in a big blind. What's Ellie going to do? No, Ellie folds. Danny's going to see it through.
I'm not showing anything anymore.
Danny says, I'm not showing anything anymore. He said, I'm not showing it anymore. So Emmett under the gun this time. And he folds. As does Tybalt, as does Jason. I don't think I've seen Jason play a hand yet. Very unusual on the final table for him. folds all the way round. Irwin's all in. Yeah. Irwin's all in, folds all the way round, and Michael in the big blind says, come on, let's have it then. So Irwin's got pocket 8, and it's Jack 5 for Michael. It's a Jack 5 at risk. And here comes the flop. It's 5 Jack 8. As sick as a flop as you're likely to see. 9 on the turn, 4 on the river. He can walk off with a smile though. Very well played to Michael. He's finished in 8th place. Superb effort from him. Crikey, you can't ask for a much nicer flop with your Jack 5 than Jack 5, but you just don't want the 8 when the guy's got pocket 8s. Played in very good spirits. Well played to Michael. Well done to him. He's going to finish in 8th place. And pick up a very nice €760 for his trouble. So down to 7 players. So we're seeing a flop here of deuce 10-9, and it's Ellie and Emmett in the hand. Ellie raised from the button, and Emmett made a call from the small blind. Actions on Emmett. He's checked. Ellie's checked. So we're going to see a turn card, and it is the Queen of Hearts. Queen of Hearts on the turn. And check from Emmett, and Ellie bets out 100,000. 100,000, 4 of your orange chips. And Emmett folds. So still all going on the IPO final table there. You can see John Murray updating on that. You can find all the details online with him. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-handed with Joachim from APAC Belgium still in, doing very well. So we're keeping an eye on that as well. But meanwhile, back on our feature table. And Danny's all in. Gets it past Kevin, he folds. So Ellie starts chatting to Danny. The dealer's made a point. There are other players still in the hand, so he folds, as does Emmett. So it's just Tibbleton, the big blind, and gets through him. So Danny adds some more blinds and antes to his stack. You know, that's worth effectively, 95,000 every hand. Danny's fairly short stacked, so that's adding significant chunks to his stack as he tries to fight his way back after the 6s versus 7s hand from earlier on. We're updating the chip counts on the screen on the right hand side. It's it's not 100% accurate, but it's as there are big pots going on, we're just making sure they're close enough there, so you get an idea of what the players have got as they play. So it's a raise from Ellie to 90,000, and Jason in the big blind is counting out chips, and he's just counted up his orange chips and then stacked them back up in his stack. But it's the first time we've seen Jason actually ponder for this long over a hand. And he makes the call in the end, so we're going to see a flop, 2 players. And it's 9-7-7 is the flop. And 125 is the bet from Ellie. Ellie just getting his chip counting right. He said 125, so that's the verbal declaration. He actually ended up putting out, I think, 225 by mistake, but dealer's corrected him. So decision back on Jason. Jason says I'm all in. And pushes his orange big chips across the line. Jason's playing about... Jason's playing about just shy of 600 back. So Ellie's asking for an exact count. So dealer's just put Ellie's 125,000 in from Jason as well. Is going to count up what the rest is now. It's 475,000 more, and Ellie folds quite quickly after that, and Jason takes back his stack. So it's dented Ellie's stack a little bit, but to be fair, he had about 2 million before that anyway, so it's not massive really. And we're all rooting for Jason, if I'm honest, because he's bought us chocolate biscuits for the updating area, so which Lucy is now cracking into. So proper ones as well, Fox's biscuits. Can't go wrong. To be honest, we're easily bribed with a chocolate biscuit over here in the in the updating area. It's not difficult at all. So 3 left in the Vegas. Who we got in, Tom?
For the Vegas event, yeah, we got Dave Kingsville, who's probably chip leader, JP Round, who's a short stack, and they are 3-handed. I don't know who the third one is, but be nice to see one of the regulars take it down.
Excellent stuff. Ended up with, I think, 15 runners, so we didn't quite make the guarantee on it, but I mean, someone's getting a good value tournament. I'm going to get to go to Vegas with us. Poor things. Yeah, poor things. So it's Kevin in, all in under the gun, and it's folded all the way round, and Kevin's got it through. Playing very, very quietly there in seat 9. We've got 5 minutes left of this level. A lot of cheering going on from the IPO rail next door to us. As I said, they're five-handed. Joachim from APAC Belgium still in. Superb effort from him. Really, really pleased for him. One for the good guys over there on that final table. Does a lot of work with Tom and the other guys over in Belgium, promoting amateur poker and grassroots poker over there. Absolutely fantastic for him. He's in the final five. Guaranteed now. Let's have a look. See what the guarantee is now. Guaranteed 11,500 euros, but 40, just shy of 45,000 euros up top. So raise from Ellie to 90,000. Folds all the way around, just got to get through the blinds, gets through Danny, gets through Kevin, and on we go. Chip leader flexing his muscles. So these guys now are all guaranteed over 1,000 euros. There's a seventh place prize here is 1,035 euros. That's worth like about 20,000 British pounds these days. So it's, you know, it's a major win. In fact, most of these are probably millionaires back in the UK with their win here today. The way the exchange rates have gone. Yeah, gotta be, gotta be. They'll be driving Ferraris back in, you know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, actually, I think that's only Jason that's actually going to fit. Everyone else is just euros anyway. So I think it's, yeah. So Danny all in again, shows an ace again. Easy game this, easy game. Picks up the blinds on the antes. And on we go, on we go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I always leave. I'm the boss. Who's asking?
So Kevin's all in from the button, got the blinds to get through, gets through Ellie, and it's just Emmett in the big blind. It's 3-3-3 is Kevin's stack. Please show the pocket threes. Honestly, you've got to be showing the pocket threes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right then, we're going to get one more hand in before the end of this level. So blinds will be up next hand. So Emmett in the small blind, Tibalt in the big blind. Jason's folded. Erwin bets out. 85,000 is the bet. Danny folds, as does Kevin. As does Ellie. Just the blinds to get through. Emmett folds in the small, Tibalt in the big, not interested either. And Erwin's going to take that one down. So blinds are up to 25,000, 50,000 with a running ante of 5,000. So blinds are up then, and it's folding all the way around. Action on Kevin, and he folds. And our chip leader is reaching for chips, Ellie. And Ellie raises to, I think that's one, I think it's 130, I think. No, 110. Emmett on the button folds, Tybalt in the small blind folds. Jason in the big blind. And Jason's going to make the call, so we're going to be 2 players to the flop, similar to the 2 players last time in this position. And the flop comes down 8, King 5, Rainbow. Jason's just staring Ellie out across the table there. Jason on the right-hand side of your screen, glasses up over his head, as he leans back in his chair, ready to address the situation. Jason reached for a few chips, and Ellie went, "That's a pussy bet." And Jason went, "Yeah, there needs to be a real bet, doesn't it? This is man-to-man poker going on here across the table." Action still on Jason, decision to make. Ellie's just staring at him across the table. Ellie's at the top of your screen, right at the very top left there, in the dark t-shirt with the headphones on. Jason's still undecided what to do. He folds. Check to Ellie. Ellie made it 50,000, and Jason eventually folds. And on we go.
What was that about? What the hell was that about?
Jason's talking to himself now. I think he's a bit tilted by that, actually. I didn't see whether anything was shown. Maybe cards were shown, and I missed that because I'd stepped back from the table. So maybe cards were shown, and that was the reason why I missed that. Yeah.
Sorry? No. I've been playing him for like
take a few days. Like, it's on me. That's it.
So we're blind on blind. Jason and Erwin. And Jason makes it 110 from the small blind. And Erwin folds. It was 60,000 into a pot of nearly 200, but folds. Must have been Mr. Bunder Baker and something else. And, yeah, and a donkey. Yeah, yeah. That's not good, is it? Yeah. On we go then. Erwin in the small blind, Danny in the big blind. Kevin to act first, he folds. Ellie folds as well. Emmett's gone very quiet past couple of orbits. That normally means he starts getting raisin chips out. There we go. I've done it again. Emmett raises. Although that proves my point, because it's been so long since he actually did that, he's realised that actually he's not raised enough, so it's ended up going in as a call. And they're laughing at him, going, "That was a few levels back, Emmett." but kind of ties into what I was saying. So Emmett's back playing level 21. On we go. So that means Jason on the button is going to flick in 2 orange chips and have a look at this. Erwin on the small blind. Got a decision to make. And he folds. It's tight Dutch play, that is. Tight Dutch play. So we're going to be 3 players to the flop. Danny, Emmett and Jason. And the flop comes down 8, Queen, 4, 2 spades. Danny had already checked in the dark because he's cool like that. Emmett bets out a proper bet. Emmett bets out 110,000. Danny says I'm all in. Emmett says I call. It's ace queen for Emmett, and it's queen 7 for Danny. Danny's tournament life on the line here. Jack is going to need a 7. 10's not good, and we're going to lose Danny in 7th place position. Very well played to him. Absolute superb fun to have Danny at the table. Been absolutely cool. I'm a quick word to Danny if I can, because you've been great fun at the table to watch all afternoon. You enjoyed it?
Yeah, very much. Enjoyed it very much, and enjoyed the whole weekend actually. And just friendly tables, friendly people, friendly poker. Well, yeah, well,
I'll be back again then, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, been a great pleasure to watch you at the table. Been great fun to commentate on as well. So, and well done on your 7th place finish.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Well done, fantastic. Well done to Danny.
No mistake this time, mate.
I learned my lesson. I got this sticky place back.
So Danny's picked up just over €1,000 for his efforts the past 2 days, finishing in 7th place, and we're down to 6. So everybody at the table now is guaranteed €1,410 for 6th place finish. And that's going to push Emmett up just over the million mark. So Erwin's all in from the well, what's a dead button, and gets it through. So the effective button position for Erwin in that hand after Danny's exit.
Team Bebe.
I've been trying all weekend to get Lucy to try voice dictation updating, just to see what sort of poker terms would come out with if we did that. But she's not game. She won't do it. She takes it too. Yeah, with her accent as well, it would be quite good. Yeah. Go on, say something pokerish.
Nah. See, that's the problem. The nah.
We're just trying to find an automated way of stopping having to type so much over a weekend. But can't help it. But go to apat.com/forum. Go and look at the live updates, and if you can, just reply to something to Lucy. Let her know that you're there, and you know if you. But if you seriously, at any of the events, you just got to go on there, and if you want to chip counts on anybody in particular, or you want a photo of somebody or whatever, just let us know. That's what we're here for. We're here to make your weekends, APAT weekends, great. That's what we want to aim to do. So anything we can do to help, just let us know. And don't forget, next Sunday we've got the Irish Online Championship on Grosvenor Poker Online. Nice, cheap and cheerful buy-in, £30. Gets you, I think, 10,000 stack on a 20-minute play. It's a fantastic structure on a Saturday night. Starts at Sunday night. Starts at 6 o'clock. There's a £550 GUKPT seat added for the winner as well, courtesy of Grosvenor Casinos, our sponsor for our anniversary season 10. Erwin's all in. Emmett folds, Tibbet folds. So we've got some really good stuff online at the moment. Actually, we've got our All Stars League, which runs on a Monday and a Wednesday. That's just a £5 buy-in. Loads of different variants to play there. Great fun to play on a Monday and a Friday if you can. We start them at 7 o'clock. There's an hour's late reg, but the structures are all set, so it's like you finish by 11 at the latest. It's a school night at the end of the day for most, so we try and make it sensible. Great bit of fun to have. If you fancy just a little bit of poker on a Monday or a Wednesday. The team event is halfway through the online's team series, but we're going to run both of those again for the winter. So if you haven't made these, you can still jump in and play them if you fancy like it for a bit of fun. Nothing stopping you doing that, but yeah, just get involved. Get onto the website, onto apat.com, and all the details are on there for you. Either go /allstars or /team. Go and find all the info. Any questions, come and find us on Facebook as well, or the forum. That we're here to answer any questions you may have. So it's a raise from Emmett on the button. And he's raised it to like 108. Gets Sue Tybalt in the small blind, and Jason in the big blind shows 9-5. How is he not playing 9-5? It's an awesome hand. It's like 9 to 5 is like a huge pair. Technically speaking, you know where I'm going with that, don't you?
I've seen her live.
Yeah. €111 runners in the final side event at the IPO Festival. A €60 turbo. 111 runners on a Monday afternoon. Cardroom's still absolutely rammed here at the Regency. Been absolutely superb hosts for the IPO all week and certain for APAT across this weekend. Huge thank you to them and all the staff, and especially to the valets, because I tell you what, that main poker room looked like a bomb had gone off in it at the end of each night. Yet they clean it all up, carry on with a smile, serving the drinks and food. Cannot fault them. The whole of Dublin's been amazing. I can't complain. But we've got an all-in under the gun from Kevin, sitting very silently in seat 9. He's got through right the way round now to just Erwin in the big blind. And Erwin's going to fold as well. So Kevin's going to stack up some more chips. Be great for a Duffy to win this tournament. Keeping it in the APAT family. IPO main event is on another break. I think it might actually be their dinner break, actually, by the looks of it. There are 1, 2, 3, 5 stacks left there. One real shorty. I think the chip leader could well be our APAC guy from Belgium, actually. He looks like... Yeah. So, and there's another Dutch gentleman that won an APAT event in London last year. He won the 6 max at Stratford Aspers. They're both still going strong 5-handed. They're on their dinner break at the moment. Another 40-odd minutes of that to go. So Erwin takes down that one. Had pocket sixes. Just showed him to the table. So our next event is the 26th and 27th of November. We're down in sunny Portsmouth on the south coast of England at the G Casino at Gunwharf Quays. Nice venue, right on the waterfront. Loads of bars and restaurants there. A little bit of shopping. Hotels right on site. Cannot fault it. It's the UK Amateur Poker Championship. It'll be £82 buy-in, 2-day MTT with a Vegas package added for the winner. You can satellite every night on Grosvenor Poker Online. Our Step 3 satellite runs at 9 o'clock every night with one seat guaranteed. But Grosvenor, we're part of the Grosvenor generic satellite, so our Step 1s and Step 2s pretty much run on the hour, on the half hour, with like anything between 1 and 5 seats guaranteed all the time. So you can get in from like 25p. Cannot go wrong. If you haven't got a Grosvenor account, just go on to apat.com/Grosvenor-poker and open an account. You get a bunch of 25p tokens to get you started. So you could pretty much get to Portsmouth for free. If you won that, you'd win a trip to Vegas as well, and some spending. I mean, pretty much, you could have a cracking summer next year for nothing. So it's gone round to the small blind where Ellie's just made up the blinds. Emmett's saying, I'm not having any of that. Here's a raise from the big blind, which is snap called by Ellie. I think he raised up at another 100,000. So they're going to see a flop of Jack, King, Deuce with 2 spades on the flop. Actions on Ellie. He's checked. Emmett's reaching for some more chips. And bets what looks about 115,000. And Ellie folds, and Emmett takes that one down. The chips are very much down that end of the table. So as you're viewing it, guys at home, that's the top. That's the top of the table. The top 2 players up there. That's where most of the chips are. There's 6 million chips in play, and I reckon those 2 between them have got over half of the chips. On the flop of Deuce 8-4, Jason's bet out 140,000. 140,000 is the bet, and looks like Ellie's going to make the call, and he does. And the turn brings a 9 of hearts. And Jason's checked this time, and Ellie's betting 140,000. You can see there Jason just counting out his stack again, seeing what he's got. And he's going to fold. Jason folds. Puts Jason down to about 430,000 now. So Kevin's all in. For 308,000. And Jason folds. So it's a raise from Ellie. Emmett folds. I've actually recalculated my numbers, and I think the two down the end have got pretty much 2/3 of the chips in play. Ellie's up at around 2.5 million now, and Emmett's got about 1.5 million. Irwin's got 750,000, and the other three have got about 400k each. So it's a raise from Ellie to 110,000, and Irwin's gone all in from the big blind for about 750,000. Ellie folds. Irwin gives a little raise of the eyebrows. You know, okay, well I'll take those chips, but I think he might have wanted more. Minutes left of this level. Some great promos on Grosvenor at the moment. There's an Omaha promotion going on to the end of the week. For anyone who likes a little bit of the 4-card fun, you can play that. And there's another great promotion coming up, which is going to be announced this week. I can't tease too much on it, but it's around GUKPTs and 25/25s, and it's going to be great fun for anyone that plays tournaments. So we'll make sure we get that announced on APAT, but Grosvenor will be announcing it as well. So something to look forward to.
No, no, they took my chip. Don't give them anything. Especially that one at the end.
Yeah.
Don't give him a thing.
I think I left you alone. Sorry? I left you alone.
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe. Yeah, thank you.
So Emmett folds, Tybalt folds, as does Jason, as does Erwin. So it's Kevin in the small blind, and he's got Ellie in the big blind. Ellie's already kind of praying as in, please shove, please shove. And he's now chanting all in to Kevin. Kevin folds. Very sensible. Well, I don't know. I say very sensible. He could have had aces. I don't know. But let's assume it was a sensible fold.
All in.
So Tybalt all in that hand, and he gets that one through. Feels so Shakespearean when I discuss Tybalt in a hand. So we got a board of 7, 6, Queen, 4. And it's just Ellie and Emmett checkity check checking this. But yeah, Ellie's got a bet this time. We've just been checking out Ellie's Hendon Mob stats. He's had a pretty successful few years. Looks like he's played a number of events all over the world. Good for him. Had a few deep runs in a couple of World Series events and some EPT side events, 500 events, that kind of thing. Fair play to him, and he's here now playing an APAT event. Excellent stuff. I think it looks like he's probably a fairly regular coming over for the IPO each year, which there are huge groups of players that come over from the continent over to Dublin to play this event every year. It's very well supported. So it's Ellie raising up again. 110,000 again is the raise. Emmett on the button this time. And Emmett's re-raised to 300,000. Ellie says I'm all in. Emmett says why. Emmett says ICM disaster. But they're having a bit of chat now. It's fold. Everyone else has folded. It's just the two of them. Emmett's having a real struggle about that. He said, and Ellie said, well, why? And he said, well, I've got a really good hand. So can he find a call here? Does he think it's good enough? I mean, these are the two big stacks at the table, huge stacks at the table compared to the others, and they're potentially both about to lock horns. And Emmett folds pocket tens. I don't know. I've got a feeling it might have just been ace king for Ellie, but he doesn't want to flip. It's a difficulty. It's the players that are at the table that understand ICM, and it's all about the actual value of your chips at this point in a tournament. Because of the way that the prize pool jumps up, it's actually some of the decisions that you make that you would make earlier on in the tournament, you don't make later on in the tournament when you're moving up the prize pool. And it's trying to work out what the actual real value of your chips effectively are. Emmett decided pocket tens weren't good. Very next hand, and we're blind on blind, and Jason's gone all in from the small blind. And we are asking for a count. Erwin's asked for a count from the big blind, so he's getting a count. $279 is the count. And Erwin folds. Jason takes his seat back again. And this is going to be the last hand of this level. We're about to raise the blinds again. So Emmett folds. Ellie had already folded, and Tybalt is all in. Jason says I don't need to count, just pops his hand up there and says don't worry about a count. I think he might be. He's having a look. Are you going to break now? So players are going to be on a 15-minute break at the end of this hand. So Jason's folded, Irwin's folded, and Kevin's now asked for an exact count in the big blind. And 288 is the count. Yeah. Mm? 3060, yeah, next level. Call. Tybalt's got pocket kings and it's pocket deuces for Kevin. Kings are at risk here. 7, queen, 3. Looking good for the kings at the moment. 10 on the turn. He's going to need a deuce. 5 on the river, and Tybalt's going to get a double up. And players are now going to be on a 15-minute break.
Nice answer.
Thank you. And you?
I folded a pair.
A pair?
Yeah, I'm not a good pair.
Okay.
Okay, guys, you're on your break now. You now have 12 minutes left.
Okay. Just continue.
12 minutes left. Okay? We do chip up now. 1,000s. People buy the wall.
1,000.
Yeah, 1,000. And that's it, yeah?
They 20 highs, yeah, so 500 and 100s, yeah, so
25 and 5, yeah.
so 1.1. I reckon he must have 3 million. He's got is pretty much 3 million.
You're also counting on your language. You're also counting on your language.
I'm very tired. I have not like English before. So I want that's 1, 2 million, 2.5, 2.9. I will be big now. 2.9.
55.
Yeah, it's not big.
Yeah. That's definitely right. They're all right. So we should now we've just lost a few. Only lost a few.
What did you wrote over there?
Not lost many, but we've lost a few.
It's 5, 9.
Oh, that's more. They're in 25.
25, yeah.
It's 95.
1195.
Yes.
What you say? It's weird. Up to 640.
630.
630. Three, 355.
Oh, my tech is evil. Going crazy. I did it twice. Eight.
805, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that as well. Don't say that to his face. Yeah, he's still got chips. How much you get? Yeah, that's what I get as well. But we had over 6 million last when we started the final table.
Yeah, I don't know how is it possible.
I know we're like 90,000 chips gone from when we started. It should have been no more than that. It should have been 6 million and 40,000. I think we ended up. I think we worked out 6 million and 76,000 or something like that. And we're now at 50. So we've actually lost 120,000 chips from the start of the final table. Weird. Yeah, it is what it is. But that's really strange. And all you've done is coloured us.
Yeah.
I wonder whether something was
Well, I don't know.
So
That is very weird actually, but obviously nothing wrong.
no players, no
You know what I mean?
no players.
It's just our numbers somehow. Well, this number now it's 6 million chips in play, yeah? But before we had like 6 million something, I don't think I can find it. So I just some bullshit. Nothing happened, like nothing went wrong.
So it was like transparent.
Oh, you checked through it. Yeah, something needs to happen. He lost. All in. Yeah, they're both getting really, really short. Third and chips. Thanks, Harry. Appreciate it. Hopefully not. Thanks. What are you, are you doing the catch? What are you calling it? You playing the catch?
We got 5 bigs. It's going to soon have 4 bigs on the small blinds.
Correct you. Yeah,
It's just with the payout.
big empty. Yeah, about a minute, so. I think it's good.
Well, good. Right. Wow.
Thanks, buddy. Cheers, man. Thanks, buddy.
You shouldn't really be playing this event. It's pro.
Yes. 10,000, Andy.
What's the ante?
10.
Okay. That seems bad for you. Hey, get your decision made.
Welcome back, folks. Players have had their 15 minutes of break, and we're chip counts are updated on the screen again. So Ellie in seat 1 has nearly 3 million chips. Emmett in seat 4, but next one round, seat 2 has 1.2 million. Tybalt has 630,000. Jason 355,000. Erwin 805,000. And Kevin's come back with a pint of Guinness and 10k in chips, which I'm assuming is in his small blind. So best of luck to him. He's come prepared, yeah? Let's just put it that way. He's come prepared. He's got King 9, and he's against the 8-2. 6-7-9. It's a good flop. Not the best it could have been. King on the turn is good. Still needs to avoid the straight, and he does. Double up for Kevin. He's back in the game. Yeah, watch out, folks. He's got. To be honest, He's fueled by Guinness now. Yeah, there's going to be no stopping him. No stopping him. Ellie just couldn't find a fold there with the 8-2 suited. If it wasn't suited, you'd have folded it, Ellie, yeah?
Of course.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So on we go. Kevin's in the on the button this time, so he's got a choice. He's got a decision to make.
One player all in, soon again.
So the blinds are checking this down. It's King Queen. It's a 6-3. 4-3 is not going to be any good for Kevin. We are going to lose him. In 6th place, very well played to him. Not a lot you could do. You got away with it once, Ken, but it wasn't going to be again there, no?
No, I thought the comeback of the century was on there, but you know, the lads will do well. Yeah.
Good weekend, though?
Yeah, great weekend. First time playing, so.
Fantastic, absolutely superb, and obviously a nice cash of about 1,400 euros, I think.
Yeah, it's good. Happy with that.
Yeah, excellent stuff.
That's about it, yeah.
Well, I presume we'll see you again at an IPO or an APAC maybe in the future.
Yeah, definitely.
Fantastic, good man. Well played to Kevin Duffy. A 6th place finish for him. He can go and collect his winnings. On we go then. So blinds are 30,000, 60,000 with a running ante of 10,000. It's getting pricey now, folks. We've got Tybalt in the small blind and Jason in the big blind this time round, which means it'll be Erwin to act first. Average stack is 11 bigs. I mean, really, there's ICM and the guys want to finish top 3. They want the medals, though. But there's some big stacks out there. It's very difficult. They're just the short stacks are having a dodge, trying to ladder up, really, looking for a spot. Erwin's folded and Ellie's folded here, so it's round to Emmett on the button. He's going to fold as well, so we're blind on blind. Jason's going to get a walk. And Jason shows ace jack of spades and is I've got a funny feeling if anybody had raised on him, he was shoving over the top there. And he says calls all in the call. Tybalt's got ace jack and Erwin's got ace 3 suited, ace 3 of diamonds. I think it's probably Tybalt's tournament life at large. It's the ace jack at risk here. And the flop comes down, deuce, king 5. Options is a 3 on the turn for Erwin, 8 on the river, and I think we're going to lose Tybalt in 5th place. We'll just get a definite confirmation of that from our dealer, but I'm pretty sure, looking at the stacks, that's going to be the case. Quick double check. Yeah, that is the way. We're going to lose Tybalt in 5th place. Had to cancel his flight back to Belgium earlier on, but he's going to walk away with 1,865 euros. So that's a pretty good return for him. So then there were four. All these guys are now guaranteed €2,375, and we're one off the medals. JP Round is heads up in the Vegas satellite. So Tom's heading over there to going to try and update that on the forum. So anybody that's following JP or knows of JP and wants to know what he's doing, get onto the update thread, because Tom's is winging his way over there now, and we'll update you on what's going on. We're going to keep an eye on the main event here, where we're four-handed with the guys now guaranteed €2,375. To the point where Lucy puts out the gold, silver, bronze medals. So Jason first to out, he folds, Erwin on the button. And he raises it up to 150,000. Ellie folds. And Emmett folds as well. On we go. So raise from Emmett on the small blind, and Jason folds in the big. He's not going to be able to afford to do that for very much longer, though. Pretty much, I would say the next hand or two, Jason is going to have to make a move. The cash jumps now, though, are... So the guys are all guaranteed 2,375 euros. Next jump is to 3,145. It's a jump. It's another 800 euros, but is it worth clinging on for and ruining your chance of trying to win it? I think you've got to go. You've got to go for it here. You're going to have to just take a punt, take a bit of a chance. Any folds, as is Rob. This is the one. It should be it's a just shove. Any two cards, and he does. Fair play to you, Jason. Well done. Get those chips in the middle, and Erwin's got a decision to make. It's about 230,000, I think Jason's roughly got. 60,000 already in the middle from Erwin, but he folds. So you've got it through, and whether Jason likes it or not, that's going to have to be his move for the next, the next orbit or two. If it's folded round to him, I think he's just got to get it in there. Still five-handed in the IPO main event, with Joachim still going strong over there. I feel bad because I did joke with him earlier on in the week. I did say, well, if you make the final table, we won't do the APAT stream. We'll just stream you over there. But we can't, unfortunately, let our APAT followers down first. But if this does come to a conclusion, they're still playing over there. I think we will swing the cameras over and see if we can get some of the action going on over there. So we'll raise under the gun from Emmett to 150,000, and folds all the way round, and he takes down the blinds and antes. It's been a pretty good final table, this, actually. I've commentated on a few now since we've come back to doing some live streaming, and obviously plenty over the years with APAT in previous seasons, and this has been a very good one with a bunch of brand new players that I've never really seen play before. But it's been superb. So it's blind on blind, the two big stacks. And Ellie's made it 125,000. And Emmett's going to fold. So it's Jason's big blind again, short stack. Now he's playing probably just shy of 300,000. Already got 70,000 committed, 60,000 big blind, and 10,000 ante. So he's got pretty much a quarter of his stack already in the middle before he even starts. Erwin folds. Ellie's going to raise from the button and raises it to 125. And Jason says I'm all in. I think Ellie's got to call this now. Ellie calls. It's King 9 for Ellie. It's pocket 10s for Jason. It's the 10s at risk here. King 9 of diamonds. It comes 2 Jack 5, 2 diamonds. 9 on the turn, needs to avoid a diamond, or a king does do, and Jason's going to get a double up with his pocket 10s. Had to sweat it out there. Really had to sweat it out. Any 9, any king, any diamond on the river would have done for him, but Jason avoids them, and he's going to get a double up. $305,000 was the count. Bit of a dent in Ellie's stack, but he had about 3 million, so it's 10% of his stack. Double up for Jason, though. Gonna have to keep the pressure on, though. He's in the small blind this time, so it's Ellie to act first. Ellie folds. Emmett's button. What's he gonna do with this one? And he bets out from the button. $135,000 is the bet. Jason's doing his pouting, pondering again. He's just got some chips. Is he going to want to try and put them to good use? And he folds. Erwin's going to make the call. So we're going to see a flop, 2 players to the flop, Erwin and Emmett. And here comes the flop. And it's 7, ace, 10. Check from Erwin. And Emmett's reaching for chips. And bets 125,000. And Erwin folds. On we go. Erwin in the small blind this time, Ellie in the big blind, and it's going to be Emmett to act first. And Emmett folds. Jason pouts and folds. So raise from Ellie in the small blind has been called by Emmett. So I think it was 135,000 was the 130,000 was the raise. So the two of them are going to see a flop, and it's 8-5-7 with two clubs. 8 of clubs, 5 of diamonds, 7 of clubs. I've said it like that so Lucy hasn't had to get up to have a look, because she's just listening to me while she's typing away. So Ellie to act first, and he's going to reach for some betting chips. And he's bet 130, and Emmett's very quickly called. So we're going to see a turn. And it is the Queen of Diamonds. Action back on Ellie. And he's reaching for a stack of the orange 25 chips this time. I know, not too many. 185,000 is the bet from Ellie. But pretty much Emmett straight away makes the call. So it's going to be two players going to the river. That pot's building up nicely. And it's a 6 of hearts on the river. It's made a lot of potential gut shots, straight draws, all sorts of opportunities out there now. Remember, these guys were blind on blind. Actions on Ellie. He's pondering what to do. And this time he does push a stack of the oranges over the kind of. That looks about 400,000. I'm pretty sure he counted four less than a half a million stack. Emmett's got about 850, maybe 900 behind. Shaking his head, you can see him top of his screen. Not happy at all. And he folds. Ellie wins another big pot.
Seven bets where is it 125, 150?
So Jason and Ellie seeing a flop of 4 king 8. They check 8 on the turn. Jason checks. Ellie's bet 100,000. There's an initial raise from Ellie on the button. Jason's made the call though, so they're going to see a river card, 100,000, and it's a deuce of diamonds on the river. Jason checks again. And Ellie's reaching for more chips. And it's 175,000 is the bet. Jason says, I make the call. Ellie shows 4-5, and Jason's got King Jack of diamonds. Jason takes down that pot. 175 was the river bet. Interesting play from Jason there. Checking on every street, calling every street, and even on the river, just making a call, but adds to his stack. So we're just pausing there. We're just saying goodbye to Tybalt, who's about to leave, and he just said Irwin's all in. So it's been a raise from Emmett on the button to 135,000. Irwin in the big blind has gone all in. Erwin says it's about 9, but we're getting an exact count anyway, so we'll know exactly how much. Emmett says that's enough. I've seen enough to know that's not what he wants. That's fine. So I was just saying, we were just saying goodbye to Tybalt, who final tabled. He just said, lovely, lovely tournament, lovely structure, lovely payout. I'll see you next year. Kind of, that's all we need to hear. That's great stuff. So well played to him. He cancelled his flight. Was due at 5 o'clock to leave at 5 o'clock today to go back to Belgium. Cancelled that, cashed in this, and is now making arrangements to get home. Right then, so it's Erwin in the small blind, Ellie in the big blind. This time Emmett to act first, he folds. Jason's button, what's he doing with it? He's folding it. Blind on blind then. Erwin and Ellie, let's see what happens. And it's a flat call from Erwin. Ellie says check, so we're going to see a flop. And it's seven of clubs, ace of spades, king of clubs. Erwin bets out 90,000 and gets it through. So since Jason's pretty much got a, as good as a double up there, well, a bit more than that actually, over 2 hands, that's kind of leveled things out a little bit now, and there's not as much pressure on players. Ellie seems to have slowed up a little bit. You can see in the yawning at the top of your screen. It's been a long 2 days for the players. We're 9 minutes away from a new level. So we've got a flop of 8 of clubs, 4 of clubs, jack of clubs, and it's Ellie and Emmett at it again, blind on blind. They check, 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 and we see a king of spades on the turn. This time, Ellie bets out. It's just the minimum 60,000 though. He's not going crazy. And Emmett folds. And we move on to the next hand. So fold from Ellie and a fold from Emmett means we're blind on blind, Jason against Erwin. Jason just makes the blinds up. Option for Erwin, Surely he's not just going to check. He's got to be raising here. No, he's going to check. We're going to see a flop. And it's 10 of spades, 7 of spades, 2 of spades. Great if you need a hole dug. Need a hole dug. I don't even need to do the punchline, do I really? No, 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 no. So Jason bets out 60,000. The most minimum of bets in a minimalist type betting environment. Absolutely. But it looks like our Dutch friend says, have a bit of this. 175,000 right back at you, Brexit bloke. Well, I don't know how he voted, but yeah, let's go with this. Yeah. Jason folds and Erwin shows the Queen of Spades. Like, she'd be the one that would be in charge if it was digging holes. She'd be like the, you know.
I can't complain yet. But it will always be play Sang yet.
Jason's raised it up. Crazy raising to 145,000. And nah, no one's interested. No one's interested. They're running scared of him now. So we'll move on to the next hand. We're just under 4 minutes away from levels up. Quick change of dealer at our feature table. And on we go. So Emmett in the small blind, Jason in the big blind, which means there'll be Erwin to act first here. Erwin gives a quick thumbs up to his rail before deciding what to do under the gun. Sort of, don't worry guys, I've got this. And he's going to bet out. 135,000 is the bet. I strongly would advise Ellie just taking his headphones off, then he can hear what the bets are. I mean, you know, it's, that's just me, but you know. I'd ban them all at final tables anyway, if it was me. If I was poker president, world poker president, that's what I do. So a raise from Ellie, raises it up to 300,000. Emmett in a small blind. Doesn't like what he sees. He folds, as does Jason. Back round. What's Erwin going to do? The original raiser. 135 was his bet. It's now at 300. And he's going to fold. So Ellie's folded under the gun here. It's Emmett is on the button, and I think he's just said I'm all in. Yeah, I think he's just gone, I'll just make this easy, I'm all in. Yeah, Emmett's gone all in. Emmett says, I've got about 750, I'm all in. In a sort of, what you going to do about it kind of way. So Jason's folded in the small blind, which means we're just left with Erwin in the big blind. Levels up. Erwin's still pondering what to do. And he's still pondering. And he's made the call. It's 10-9 for Emmett. It's pocket 8s for Erwin. And 6-9-4. Another 4 on the turn. It's going to need an 8, and it's a 5 on the river. And it's a double up for Emmett. He had about 750,000 to start. Erwin had about 1.2 million. Just going to get it all counted now to be certain. But it's a double up for Emmett. And puts Erwin down to about 450,000, maybe, yeah, about 450. I mean, it's a brave shove from Emmett there on the button with 10-9. But it's what you got to do. You end up actually racing. You're probably thinking you're not, but you end up racing.
Look at him, he looked like he didn't want to call.
Yeah, I saw they didn't want to go. You're right.
So that makes Erwin the shortest stack at the table now. He was just saying now Emmett didn't look like he wanted a call. Emmett said no, you're right, but you know he just was quite happy to take the blinds down. It's ended up working well for him. Just level 26 blinds of 40,000, 80,000 with a running ante of 10,000, and Emmett is raising under the gun. And he's making it 180,000. Jason folds, Erwin folds, and Ellie folds. Gets that through quite nicely. There's 160,000 in the pot now, every single hand. We're definitely going to have to lose a player in a minute. The way these blinds are going, got to lose a player in a minute. So fold from Jason. Irwin's all in from the button. He's got the two big stacks to get through in the blinds though. $465 is the count for Irwin. And he's got the two big stacks to get through in the blinds. Ellie at the top of your screen there, you can see he's having a long old think about this. And he folds, but Emmett's made the call with ace-3, so it's ace-3 versus queen-10, queen-2, and the board's come out 4-king-3 with 3 diamonds though, so there's flush opportunities as well now for Irwin. 4 of clubs on the turn's not going to help him. King on the river's not going to help him, and Ellie's knocked out. Ellie knocks out Irwin in 4th place.
Use him.
Sorry, I said Ellie. It's Emmett that knocks out Irwin in. I know, I was right first time. Yeah, okay. Nobody said he said we'll use him. I thought when he just said we'll use him, because I thought, right, no, I've got the wrong around. But no, it was right. It was Ellie who I said first of all. So we lose Irwin in 4th place.
We will be ready. We are okay to take just 5 minutes break to talk about maybe a deal. It's like you want, I don't know. It's up to you. We can play or take 5 minutes just to talk.
I'll take 5 minutes.
Okay, so I stop the clock.
5, 4, 6.
Okay, no problem. I stop the clock. Yeah, all clock. Go ahead.
What? Okay, we can do it.
I can go to the toilet.
So we've just paused the clock whilst the players just want a quick 5 minutes. We're taking a load of players out. This is pretty much it. We will pay for your flight, 7 nights accommodation, and put it into the Colossus and make $550.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's not like a huge. Yeah, it's not.
It's like 700. The package is like
About 17. It'd be worth about 1,700.
17.
Yeah, so yeah, because it's flights. It's flights. To
Okay.
Vegas, 7 nights accommodation.
Okay.
Plus a $550 buy-in to a World Series Colossus.
5K?
No, $550. So all of that is about 700. That's all about 1,700.
C'est environ un package à 1700, c'est ça?
So these in pounds are 500. This is undervalued.
I tried, but no, no, I told him we're going to bring the price to the chat. But they say we have to do it. Because guys, I propose you something. We continue to play for the package and we make the deal for the money. We play only the first phase for the trophy and the package, so it makes sense to play good, and we make
I have 840.
So Taylor, can we get him back? Are we on an unofficial break? Yeah, can we get him back and play on? Okay, can we get the TD? We need to play on. No, there's no deals in this market value to keep playing. Or you got 30 seconds, okay? And you need to start playing. There's no deals in this event, guys.
Okay, guys. Sit down and play it out.
10 minutes to the third. No, not late. We'll start with the 56.
Rules are rules.
We've said throughout the 2 days.
I didn't know.
No, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. The TD is good. We saw it.
What is it, 80?
Right, after a bit of a break, we're back and underway.
How much is it?
So we're back underway. Players have had a little bit of a chance to break, and I have some news for you. JP Round only went and won the Vegas package in the satellite. Absolutely fantastic for him. He is joining us in Vegas next year. Great news. So we've got an all in the call. It's Ace Queen against Ace 7. So Ace Queen for Emmett against Ace 7 for Jason. 7 is at risk. 4 King 10 is the flop. 5 on the turn is no help whatsoever. And a Jack on the river pretty much does it. We're going to lose Jason in third place. Fantastic performance from him. Absolutely fantastic performance. Jason Kemp's going to finish in third place. He's our bronze medal finisher. Well played to him.
You not have a smell? Lovely, mate. Thank you.
So we're heads up, ready to go. Ellie's got a bit of a chip lead. I reckon Ellie's on about 3.7 million and Emmett's on about 2.3 million. So the flop is 7 King Jack, and Ellie's bet, and Emmett's made the call. 3 of spades on the turn. Goes check check. 5 of spades on the river. And Emmett bets out 150,000. And gets that through. Quick change of dealer. And off we go again. Say blinds are 40,000, 80,000 now. So it's Emmett in the small blind and Ellie in the big blind. The button is the small blind when we're playing heads up. So decision on Emmett. And he raises it up. And Ellie folds, sorry. A raise from Emmett. And Ellie's going to make the call, so we're going to see a flop. And the flop comes down 4 of diamonds, 7 of diamonds, 3 of spades. Check from both players. 8 of spades on the turn. And Ellie bets out 200,000. And Emmett folds. And that pot goes to Ellie. So raised from Ellie and called by Emmett, and it's 175, 180, 190 I think is the was the raise. Yeah, 190. So nearly 400,000 in the pot before we start. And the flop is 2 of spades, 4 of clubs, 6 of spades. These are proper action flops that we're hitting at the moment, aren't they? Blimey. raise from Emmett. These two just staring out each other across the table. So re-raise from by Ellie to 375,000, and Emmett folds. So Ellie makes up the blinds, and Emmett checks. We're going to see a flop, and it's deuce 3-7. Rainbow. Having a laugh, aren't you? But flops have been a bit like that so far, but early days. And Emmett likes it. He's betting out 80,000. And it's enough to take it down.
You fall one time in a small blind, and I have a monster. You see mine before it gives me the shot. Oh, yeah, you fall one time, and I have a monster. This is the first time you fall in a small blind.
Ellie's having the conversation now, going, "That's the first time you've folded in the small blind," and he had, I think it was Ace Jack suited. It's like, I had an absolute monster heads up. Like, how did you see my cards? How did he do that? You know, how did he do that? It's like, so Ellie's raised it up to 180,000. But it looks like Emmett is counting out a re-raise. And he is. It's looks like 500,000 to me. Yep. Raises to 500,000. Yeah, 500,000 is the bet. So Ellie'd raise it to 180. Emmett makes it 500. Ellie folds. So another monster flop, 7-3-10 this time, 2 diamonds. Check from Ellie, and Emmett bets 100,000 and Ellie folds. He is slowly chipping away at him here.
Then can we take 10 minutes? We can do it after this one. I mean, it doesn't bother me, but I need to go. Either you both just get up and the clock carries on running, or I need to get TD over to try and stop the clock. But I can't. I don't know where she's gone, so I need to find her. We can snap the clock. Well, I mean, you've got 13 minutes left on this level, so. So again, the dealer's a 10-minute break. If that's okay, right? You take a 10-minute break.
Just had a break when the guys on the
Guys, you do want to say, but you let the clock, just let the clock play. You both stand up. The clock carries off. That's the point. The clock carries off. Yeah. You said if you want 5 minutes, but the clock carries on. That's okay.
So we've got a flop of 7 of diamonds, 4 of diamonds, 5 of diamonds. Something for everyone there. 105,000 is the bet from Ellie. Don't think Emmett's got diamonds. He folds.
They spent all that time over there discussing a deal, and then they did a deal. They spent 15, 20 minutes on a deal.
But the other guy in the back was his head.
So we're going to see a flop here. And it's 4 of diamonds, 7 of hearts, ace of diamonds. Look at that, an ace. How exciting. They both check it. Queen of hearts on the turn. Emmett's checked again. It was a subtle check. You wouldn't have necessarily noticed it, but it was there. And Ellie bets out 100,000. And Emmett makes the call. So we're going to see a river, and the river is the 3 of hearts. And Emmett shows Queen 8 of diamonds, and Ellie's got Queen 10. Kind of slow rolled him a little bit there before he flipped it over. Not sure whether that was necessary, but anyway, Ellie takes that one down.
I started again at the end.
Oh, right, okay.
So 280 was the bet from Ellie, and basically you can see the stack of orange chips there that Emmett's shoved across the middle. It's a raise of about 515,000, I think, is the raise. And Ellie is doing 415. Thank you, dealer. And and Ellie's staring him out. How much is it? 540. 540. There was an extra 25 in there, in the stack. Ellie's still staring him out. You can see it on the screen there, just the two of them. Emmett's just looking down, then looks up. Ellie just will not, is just looking for any kind of tell or anything. And he eventually folds. Couldn't get any information. So on we go. And it's a raise from Emmett. $180,000 is the raise. And it's a re-raise from Ellie, which is now 380 total. 380 is the bet. Emmett looks up at Ellie. Ellie's just staring at him, right back at him. And Emmett's going to fold. All these pre-flop cloak and dagger type moves going on here at the moment. So on the flop of Jack 4-7, and bet from Ellie and Emmett's made the call, and it's an ace of spades on the turn. $350,000 is the bet from Ellie. Emmett says I'm all in. Ellie says I'm calling, so Ellie has got ace 6 and Emmett's got jack 8. Needs to avoid a jack or an 8 and Ellie will win this. Let's see the river card. It's a 9 on the river and that's it. That's it over. Emmett's going to finish in second place and Ellie's going to win it. Ace 6, he's interesting post-flop play there because Emmett's hit the jack and Ellie's on ace 6. He's on absolutely nothing, then turns the ace and manages to get it all in at that point, and that's enough, and we have a winner. We're going to sort out some photos and bits and pieces here. I'll leave the stream on whilst that's going on for you guys at home. Emmett Davis is going to finish in silver medal position. Very well done to him. Great performance by him over the 2 days. But our Irish amateur poker champion for season 10 is Ellie Payen. He's going to walk away with the €7,250 first prize, the APAC gold medal, the title of Irish amateur poker champion, and the Destination Vegas package for next year. Very well done to him. We're in Portsmouth for our UK event next month, so hope to see some of you there. Get yourselves onto Grover Poker Online if you can. Play some of the satellites, play some of the events we've got going on. If you go onto apac.com, you can get all the details there. But we'll look forward to seeing you guys in Portsmouth. Thanks for watching the feed from Dublin, and we'll catch you all soon.
I don't understand why Serti the players make difficult like this tournament. I don't understand why they don't listen to the player. When I don't play the system, and then I hit it. What's that one? And then I hit it. And I already reacted to the set goal.
Just here, we're going to put something that way, just about 2 feet. Well, that's lovely, mate. Back a little bit, back a little. That's lovely. I like it. I like it. Yeah, you know, buddy, I'll take a few. Just you can do whatever you want, mate. You can do whatever you want. We can try and sit, mate, but we can keep the t-shirt. Maybe we move the medal in here. Put your hand on the medal, and then you're happy with that. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, you do it.
Thank you for my goodwill.